Okay, so this is another tool in my marketplace or buying used tools series, and this is actually a new kit. Um, a, a guy bought it. I don't have the jacket for it, but it did come with that. And so when I open up the case to put it into a router table that I have, I decided I should make a video and show off how nice it is inside. Everything's beautifully packaged. It's simple, but it's very it's very tidy. It looks like it's surgical tools ready to be opened up and used. So there's one hardware kit that comes with. It's actually a guide or kind of a centering bit for using certain bushings that you can put into the base. This is the fixed base router. And so that's the router motor with the fixed base. And then it the kit came with this extra acrylic base. And so I decided I would check and see if it fits Porter cable accessories or Porter cable routers, if it's the same hole configuration. So I have an old Porter cable base, I'm pretty sure, the beat up black one there. And it is the same hole configuration. It's 3 holes and they look identical. So here I am moving on to the plunge base. It doesn't have the motor in it, obviously, but I can tell you it has decent weight. It feels very solid. And then here's a real surprise. It's a bushing kit for using templates, and I was not expecting that in this kit. That is usually an extra. So um, here I am looking at the plastic shield. That's always kind of a nice bonus because it keeps stuff from flying around and whacking you while you're working. So here I am just kind of taking a closer look. I'm not real familiar with how those numbers work, but with Porter Cable, you can kind of preset that green ring with the numbers to adjust the height manually. Here's the on-off switch in case you're wondering what that looks like. I'm assuming it's well sealed. Um, for people who want to know, there it is. It's an 11 amp motor, I think 1250 watt motor if you go by watts. Um, there is variable speed control, so there's a dial up there. Again, admiring the dust shield, but I'm kind of curious to see how it does for dust collection. If I can figure out some accessories for that, I will let everybody know and make a video about it as I go forward with this router getting it dusty. There's the instructions, just basic straightforward stuff. I was wondering if the plunge base can be used in a table, but I don't. So this is the first of two set of tools and accessories, just extra parts. That's my Rockler tool, like my parts sorting tray. I'm just showing off how you can kind of dump a bunch of mismatched hardware in there and spit it out that corner spout, and it makes it really quick to sort stuff. So those are wrenches. You use two, one to keep the collet or the arbor from spinning, and then the other one you use to tighten the collet to lock it down. So it is a 2 wrench router, which is a little bit more old school than a lot of routers nowadays. Um, Here is a 1/4 inch collet, so it has 1/2 inch and quarter, and that's actually a centering bit. So that's important because router bases are meant to slide around a little bit so they can be dialed in. If you couldn't move the router base and dial it in or center it absolutely, then you would always have a problem using templates. So I'm going to show off how that works on that old Porter cable base, and I'm showing how you end up with this weird elliptical kind of orbit if you're trying to follow a template but your bit isn't exactly centered. So I'm showing how there is a kind of a little groove in there that Porter cable style guide bushings and bits fit in. And so if you put, I believe if you put that end in the 1/4 inch collet, you can use it to set the router base exactly. So there I am slipping the 1/4 inch collet just to show how I think it works. Um, I haven't done a lot of bushing template routing, but I know that it's important to make sure you have that router base and the accessories dialed in exactly so it doesn't add extra wobble when you're trying to cut something um, off a template and have it match what you're trying to maybe drop into a cavity. So these are the guide bushings. So this is what they look like, and I'm going to use the old router base again just to demonstrate. So they've got a little bit of a flange on each bushing, and so um, the edges of the guide bushings, the flange, that drops in, it sits flat, and then there's that ring that tightens up and holds it in place. And so depending on what size bit you're using, you use different size bushings. So you can kind of stay close to your bit, and that helps you actually measure. There I am showing off how you will take that the part that's sticking it beyond the base there. That helps you follow a template or guide, um, and so it's nice because it looks like this Metabo kit uses Porter cable accessories, and there's lots of those out there. So the just showing off again that the ring and the accessories, like, and what blew my mind was normally this is 20, 30, 40, $50 for these guide bushings, and they came in the kit, which I was not expecting. So it's an excellent bonus. I don't know if they're still doing that with this kit, but it again blew my mind just to open up the box and see that those were in there. Because if you can find an inexpensive kit like this, it's a real advantage for a woodworker looking to be able to do things with templates and really extending your abilities with router usage. I wanted to show off the case a little bit. It's a pretty cool case. It's all molded so you can put the router components in there, which is kind of a no-brainer. But there's also a lot of room for holding all the guide bushings, I believe, and router bits and the collet and everything else. Um, there are no guide rails, but there is this little wrench in here in case you need a little wrench. I honestly don't know what that's for, but there is a little place to put loose, small parts in on the side there. So overall, I think this is a pretty fantastic kit. And the thing is, people don't know Metabo. They know Hitachi, but with the lack of name recognition in America or the Midwest, where I'm at, I think it's an opportunity to pick up a really nice machine or kit for routing, probably for 60 or 80% of what it should cost. So that's a pretty good discount. So also some of the big stores like Menards is a chain I have. They put it on sale, so there is the chance to buy it at a discount. But I recommend keeping an eye out on Craigslist or Marketplace. And if you're looking for a router, have some cash in your back pocket, because depending on what you do, this is really a fantastic kit for the money. Thumbs up from me. One last thing I wanted to show off was I did take a quick look at the plunge base. And if you release this green lever, it pops right up and down. There's a pretty strong spring that you can make quick adjustments with. So if you like to plunge cut in a hurry, this might be a good router for you. Um, and then as far as it goes, like, that base feels really solid and the fixed base feels really solid. So it seems to be a pretty solid is the word kit, and I think that it could really help a woodworker starting out looking for a quality router that can do a lot of things, especially with that additional bushing kit.